Hi everybody, Alice here. Today we're going to read a spooky, scary Halloweeny story called Scaredy-cat Splat by Rob Scotton. I am also going to ask you questions, so make sure to answer as we go. Mom! cried Splat. There is a scary spider on my pumpkin. He's small and hairy with really funny eyes. Splat's voice wobbled with worry. But you're small and hairy with really funny eyes, said his mom. Splat thought for a moment. But I haven't got 8 legs, he replied. If you had, maybe you'd be a scary spider too, teased his mom. Splat made a scary spider face. Whoa! Splat's mom caught the spider under a glass jar. Splat looked closely at the spider. It didn't look so scary now that it was trapped. Kids, does the spider look scared? Oh, yes, he does. You're right. Does Splat look scared? Sure he does. Yes. Now, can I take the spider to school for Halloween? Asked Splat. We've all made pumpkin heads, and everyone is dressing up in costumes, and Miss Wimpydimple is going to tell a ghost story, and there is a prize for the scariest cat, and I want to be the scariest cat. So please, can I take the spider to school? Please, he added, without taking a breath. Okay, said his mom. Where is your Halloween costume? Asked his mom. Splat pulled a broom from the cupboard and sat astride it. Aha! Look at me! I'm a scary witch's hat! Cried Splat, racing around the kitchen. You certainly are scary, said his mom. Kids, does Splat love Halloween? He loves it very much. He couldn't even breathe when he told his mom all of the things they're going to do at school. And question number 2, what is his costume going to be? He's going to be a scary witch's hat. That's correct. Let's keep reading. Then disaster struck. Splat tripped over his tail, and with the broom handle, and with a crack, the broom handle snapped in two. His scary witch cat's costume was ruined. Now I've got nothing to wear, Splat groaned. Even Seymour couldn't console him. Kids, what happened to Splat's costume? It cracked. That's correct. Was he sad? Yes, he was really sad. Great work, kids. Let's see what happened next. Splat's mom had an idea. She stuffed some old socks with scrunched up newspaper and tied them to Splat with string. There, she said. Splat looked in the mirror and jumped back with a squeal. Oh, I scared myself, he said. He looked again, and this time he smiled. Look at me, he cried, waving his sock legs. I am a big, scary sock spider. Kids, what kind of costume did Splat's mom make? She made a spooky, scary spider. Very good. And she made a spooky, scary sock spider. Ooh, 4 S's. Let's try it together. Spooky, scary sock spider. Nice work. Let's see what happened next. Splat placed his pumpkin and spider on his wagon and set off to school. On the way, he made Spike, dressed as a mummy, and Plank, dressed as a skeleton. Ooh, they're pretty scary, said Splat. Seymour nodded and trembled a little. Brrr. Seymour the mouse was really scared. Kids, we see 3 Halloween costumes here. Let's number them. 1, 2, 3. Number 1, spider. That's correct. Number 2, mummy. That's correct. Number 3, skeleton. That's correct. Ooh, I'm very curious to see what's going to happen next with them. But I'm scarier, said Splat. Grrr. Splat made his scariest spider face and he growled. Let's growl again. Grrr, grrr. Spike and Plank didn't even blink. Instead, they said, "Boo!" cried Spike. "Bah!" cried Plank. Splat yelped and jumped high in the air and landed in a heap. Ah! Splat sighed. Spike and Plank are both scarier than me. Seymour nodded and trembled a little more. I'll never win the prize for scariest cat, said Splat. Kids, were Spike and Plank scary or funny? That's a very easy question. They were very scary. Let's see what happened next. Who is going to win the costume prize? The sock spider, the skeleton, and the mummy continued on their way to cat school. Do 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 do. Cat school, cat school. In class, everyone showed their pumpkin hats. By the way, kids, how do we call pumpkin hats for Halloween? Jack? Oh, lantern. Can you make a note with me? Jack. Oh, lantern. Very good. Splat's pumpkin made everyone laugh. Oh, Splat sighed. I'll never win the prize for scariest cat. Seymour shook his head. Everyone placed their pumpkins, and Mrs. Wimpydimple turned down the lights and whispered in her best ghost story voice. In the dark, dark wood, there is a dark, dark house. In the dark, dark house, there is a dark, dark room. In the dark, dark room, there is a dark, dark box. And in the dark, dark box, there's a ghost! Miss Wimpydimple cried. The class jumped with fright. Splat was so startled, his tail whipped around and set his pumpkin spinning through the air. And what goes up must come down. Splat! Unable to see anything, Splat stumbled around the classroom. Ooh-ah! Ooh-ah! Everyone shrieked as the pumpkin head glared at them with their eyes and made strange woo-hooing noises. Miss Wimpydimple turned on the lights, click, and lifted up the wayward pumpkin. The shriek turned to laughter, and Splat fell out. Come down, come down, come down. Shh, hushed Miss Wimpydimple. Now, class, who should win the prize for being the scariest cat? Splat! They all cheered, and Splat won the cup for scariest cat. I hope you enjoyed the story, and see you in another spooky story very, very soon. Bye from Alice and bye from Eloquent.